3, 2, 1.
Does she need me as she breathes?
Hey guys, it's Steve Zalunardo, Mike Gatti, and another episode of Real Estate on Record. We really appreciate you guys all tuning in, and we have an exciting episode this afternoon, or this is still morning. We're going into the
We
afternoon.
gotta go for lunch soon. So
We gotta go for lunch. So it's almost lunch. So guys, in this episode, we're gonna talk two markets, two realities. Okay. So we're gonna compare real estate trends in Florida and Vaughan, GTA, Toronto, all the Greater Toronto area. Guys, first point that we're gonna talk about is how Florida's demand from out-of-state buyers compares to the GTA's supply crunch. So let's start talking about what's going on. The
Let
demand
me ask
versus
you a
the crunch.
question. What do you think? Because you're like fully engaged in Canadian media. Your CP24
See,
is
now,
like running all day.
Here's the thing. I haven't looked at
Because you're the
24
general
and
public.
no,
you're the general.
No,
Yeah.
I am the public that has been influenced by you
Correct.
guys.
No, not to your fault or anything. But I'm just. What do you think of the Florida market? Like, what are you hearing about it? Like, I'm curious.
So it depends on the news outlets and where you're looking for your information. Social media. Stick with social media. 'Cause that's where I look most.
Give me some idea.
So some news outlets are saying Florida is tanking when it comes to the housing market.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, whether it's true or not, it's what I hear. Others are completely on the opposite end.
But
They're
you're
saying
probably
Florida's
following my
rocking
social media channel, and you're getting that influence, right?
about it rocking.
But it's rocking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, tanking could very well be from
But
people,
when you talk,
naysayers.
when you talk to friends and family members, like people in your sphere of influence, like what do they say? I'm just curious, even about America in general. I just again, not to be biased.
A lot of people are so they just look at me and say, "Gotta be honest, Steph. I don't know the market enough to give way in."
that sounds too calculated.
It sounds like people who don't want to fight in a fight where maybe they're not prepared.
Very calculated.
However, if I talk to people like my dad, they don't give a f about the United States.
Yeah.
And they don't care about any of it. But because of me and I wanted to buy there and all that, he came into it because of me. Other than that, my dad's mentality is like a lot of people I know. They just don't fucking care. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe they don't want to understand.
Don't care about what?
The American market, the American people, the American country, all of it. They just don't. They don't know enough about them. They only see the fucking rednecks.
But
from
don't
my
care
experience, that's coming from like an older generation that does.
And they're looking at the rednecks.
They don't.
That's the
Maybe they
problem.
don't
But
need
what
to
do you-
care,
what do you-
but
you
they're
mean
not
by
worried about their kids. They're not looking.
No,
at the
no,
next
no.
generation. That's the issue.
No,
What do you mean don't care? Like they despise it. They feel like it's the Antichrist.
So
they feel like
let
this
me
is
ask you
why
something.
Canada's in ruins.
If all you look at is Alabama, is all of those South states, and they're all yeehaw, what is your perception of the United States?
You know, the misconception, like in the South, we're in the South as well, clearly the furthest South of America. And if you look at like that, even country folk, look at this shirt. Like I'm into full country
What does it say?
music. Riley Green, I actually saw him live in concert.
I don't know who that is.
But an amazing country star, like huge.
Okay.
Him and Ella Langley was there. But if you look at the country people they had it right the whole time. We had it wrong. The Yankees, we're the Yankees. We're a Yankee.
Why do you say that?
Because they're unapologetically them. Their Christian faith has always been number one. They weren't afraid to say Jesus like we were, because we were just like, oh, you can't talk about religion. They believed in something. They had foundation in family. They're unapologetic. They like their music. That's country music. They like hunting. Everything like that, outdoorsy,
Okay.
fishing. But what I'm saying, and they like pickup trucks. When the world shifted, as we lost our culture and foundation as a whole, like in these metropolitan cities, they have been unmoved by the whole changing of society. And then where are we all going back? People like myself, that is considered a Yankee to them. I'm looking at them. I go, you guys had it right. You guys did not shift. You stayed patriotic. You stayed true to who you are. You are not influenced by any big corporations. That's it. It's beautiful.
So let me pause you right there and jump to Mike for a second. Mike, everything he's saying, obviously you're going to agree because Steve is very much a part of this whole movement. But when it comes to you, how are you looking at the market there compared to here?
That was a big market shift.
That was a big shift.
Well, that's what this whole episode is about. Two markets,
Where
two
did I go
realities.
with that? No, because we asked you a question.
But
in
you
America.
went on a rant. I gotta control you sometimes,
No, but
man.
look, just and I'll let Mike. Sorry, because you asked the market, and I wanted to know your opinion, what people thought about the market. And then you went down like the
Well, that's
racist
that's not fair to ask me though, because you know how my mindset is.
But it's not that. No, not just you, but the people around you, the influence. But just the like you're hearing, like what I can't hear it anymore because I'm there. Mikey hears it here as well.
Not true, man. Because you come back here and you talk to Canadians.
It's an echo chamber. I'm in an echo chamber now. I can admit that. People around me are like
people
mine.
that he's talking to, or like they follow him, they understand. Like even the people that came, the 70 people that came last night, the 70 people that came the night before, are listening to the same amount, same sort of.
Those 70 people came with the intention to listen. I'm not talking about the people who have intention to listen. I'm talking about the average Canadian or the average American that doesn't want to listen. They already have their beliefs firmly in their mind.
But I'm in an echo chamber.
Okay,
I am.
Take your
So
stuff
far.
out of the equation. Now, originally my question was, compare the real estate trends in Florida and Vaughan.
Mike, you
That's
go.
what I literally said.
Like you could talk about Florida. I went.
I want him to talk about Vaughan. I want him talking about the GTA. So, for example, how's Florida's demand from out-of-state buyers compared to the GTA supply crunch? So, see, Florida has lots of houses, lots of things to do, and then the GTA, there's a supply crunch.
Okay, I'll talk about the GTA starting.
Thank you.
So GTA, we're currently seeing record inventory throughout freehold, condo, every asset class basically. We're sitting at about 31,000 units available for sale currently right now on Treb. That's
That's a record.
no, 33 is the record, but yeah,
Right there.
we hit the record in June.
Wow.
So now we're basically heading back and adding that inventory on. We basically put on 110% more inventory from May of this year to end of September, early October. Now, just to put that into context, when we had considered a bad market, let's say 2017, that was 17 to 18,000 units. We're over 31,000. So
Wow.
more inventory, meaning more options for buyers, less qualified buyers. We haven't sold a new construction, like let's call it early 2000s to 2023, when they would launch a new condo or a new development site, right? There was lineups out the door.
I remember
around the
those
corner.
days.
As an agent, we needed to know someone or have
That's
a
right. To
location
get those accesses.
to get into these developments. Okay, two and a half years ago, let's call it somewhere in 2023, the tap went from 100%, like full throttle, this water just like pouring out. They turned it off 90%.
Wow.
So we have a 10% drip. Okay, we're not building new condos; those are purpose-built rentals. Any new developments for low-rise, it's a drip of sales. All that what's happening, that drip that we've basically turned this tap off, we're starting to see the repercussions in the construction side of things. Okay, so unemployment right currently is gaining quickly, and I don't know, we're talking about it, but we're not. There's no.
I don't really see it though. That's the weird
No,
thing.
I see it, but there's no like urgency.
Okay. Not yet. Well, I mean, there is
There
probably.
is, depends who you talk to. I'm talking to builders, and they're bleeding. Okay,
They are.
so
30,007 units right now.
okay, 30,007. So currently, builders aren't selling since middle of 2023 to today, 2025, October of 2025. We're selling like literally 10%. So everything, all the construction starts from a sale.
Wow.
What's happening is these guys, plumbers, electricians, framers, drywallers, all these trades, they're finishing the project they're at. They're used to just going to the next one, the next one, next one. We used to bring in quality immigration that it made sense to come to Ontario because you're going to have opportunity in Toronto, right?
Sure.
Okay, so we're not bringing that quality anymore. But at the same time, when we're bringing that quality immigration, we were also bringing in foreign investment. I've been in sales centers. You walk in, they come in. It's like they're ordering at McDonald's. I'll take 3 of these, 4 of those, 5 of these. Those are the foreign investors, okay? Now, in the middle, the GTA, how we've grown so fast from the early 2000s to today was because we had all this construction growth. We had foreign investment coming.
Now it stopped.
Well, we had the foreign investors coming. Sorry, the immigration coming and the foreign investors buying that demand.
Sure.
Obviously, we had our own people investing too.
Of course.
But that created massive, massive, massive construction growth.
Sure.
Okay. So now these construction workers have nowhere to go in the next job. There's no light at the end of the tunnel.
That's right.
And I can tell you, talking to them, they don't even understand what's going on because their office, they're the plumbers or whatever, for example, boss is saying, okay, just wait at home. We're gonna find like the next job's coming, projected to come at this time. Okay, great. Some of them are gonna go to work, not all of them. Altus, we follow the Altus report. Last quarter, their report basically said 47% of construction is gonna be gone.
Holy.
I think it's more by 2030.
So the construction here in Canada is going like this.
How good was that?
Mike is the best.
But what I'm saying is, look at that quality of realtor. That's not a realtor. That's somebody that.
No, because his name is Michael Gatti.
But I'm just saying. But
right?
how good was that? But that's what you call
because he's
understanding.
because he's
Yeah.
spitting out facts.
Yeah.
Now, with that in mind, the building market is going this way, and Florida's going this way.
Oh, sorry, we didn't even talk about AI.
Yeah. Slap that. in
AI?
there.
Oh,
Like,
AI
job
is-
loss and
is
AI.
gonna- but that was in the end inevitable, but it's going to take over every aspect of job. It's not just real
No,
estate.
it's gonna
not
take off the
buildings,
jobs
not-
that you can't physically touch, like
which is
jobs
a
with
significant amount.
Absolutely,
A significant
it's
amount.
94 million.
So, but this goes
That's insane.
this goes to my next topic on this
Globally.
podcast.
Can I just stop one sec? When did you decide to put on your son's shoes that don't have laces?
So let me ask you something. Since when does a podcaster talk about the
It's a Velcro.
producer? But since when does the podcaster? You know what, Steve? Okay, so now we're gonna have fun with
You
it.
know how much I look forward to talking to you.
It's always fun, dude.
I wanted to get through those seminars just to talk to you because I know it's going to be fun.
Always, brother. So, Steve, let me ask you something. What investors need to know if they're considering crossing in either market? We already talked about it, but predictions. Will one market cool faster than the other, and which one will it be?
Look,
He has to. You have to let him talk about the inventory there.
Sure.
so I'll just jump into this. Look, number one, America right now, as we were talking about feelings earlier, and you can post all that because this is all real stuff, right? Again, it's not even to be pro or anti. It's just about reality. You got a government there that's producing real jobs. $17 trillion of new investment into the country in less than 8 months of the administration. How you like that, man, or the admin, they're not perfect. It's bloody hell for the middle class, okay? Bloody great for the middle class. So you have $17 trillion. Every $1 trillion is 1% added to the GDP. That could be 17% growth to the largest economy in the world. It doesn't even make sense, okay? Is this
To connect that to Canada, the last 10 years we have had 0.6% GDP growth combined.
it doesn't even make sense. Yeah. And just think about that. And this is not all going to be overnight. It's going to be whatever they're putting in place now. It's like 1 to 5 years or whatever it is. But look at this. So we know that investments but not bullshit investment. We're talking sticky jobs, manufacturing, AI, whatever it is, construction jobs, like real jobs that middle class people can thrive on and spend money in the economy. That's how an economy runs. I'll give you a quick analogy. If you look at a beehive, how many queens are in there? We always look at one. We always look at what is this?
Just see how adamant
what
that
is
is.
this?
4.
Fucking polygamy? What is this? Some
But that's
hippie
actually not
fucking
true.
combine?
That's not true. There are more than one queen in a hive.
There should be one because then they kill each other. It's one. They worship one.
So let's say one.
Yeah, they got to put her in there. They got to smell her so they don't kill her. Then they keep her in a little glass jar, right?
you
They get
pollinating
the scent.
honey now?
I
What's
love
happening
honey.
here?
Honeys are my favorite insect.
Okay, so yeah, I bet you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Yeah.
if you look at a hive, we always look at the rich, the elite. It's a very small percentage to the actual full economy of things. You need it clearly because that's what builds it. But it's the hive, the worker bees. Once the worker bees either thrive by getting pollen, finding pollen to build the hive, or they don't find pollen. And that's like going out and finding money. So if you have a hive that's going out like general workers, like middle class workers, going out every morning, going to work, putting their day in and getting paid good money, that hive's going to be successful. That's where the honey's going to be produced. If you got like somehow Canada where I don't even know. We don't even have. We have too many queens in like you're saying, like your theory of a
too
hive.
many-
See, he's
Hold
been
on.
programmed to have multiple queens
No,
in a
wait,
hive.
wait. I give you the perfect
propaganda
analogy.
Are you listening?
Did
to?
you? I heard the
Don't
best
do that.
analogy. You know
Don't give me that corner, you fucker.
So I heard this great analogy, and I'm gonna say it wrong for sure, but work with me. You know, when you have too many roars, or no, when you have too many leaders on this rowboat,
Chiefs in the kitchen or cooks
you know that
chefs in the
analogy
kitchen?
when there's too many teachers and not enough students,
Yeah.
then eventually it's just not gonna work right. And I think that's the exact same way.
So Canada's got no more pollen for these worker bees. So that's just what's
That's why
happening
they have
here.
to go to another.
They gotta go fly further.
So hold on.
Like, if you think, look, he just put it all together.
So let me put something else together, which you're not answering.
I had to fly.
Will one market cool faster than the other?
love going in a different direction.
That we have. I gotta keep you on track.
So
'Cause
look-
you're out of whack sometimes, man.
So if you look at a market right now, so just going back, I want to just paint the picture. So we're getting a ton of investment where it's going to be good for a long time. Like the picture looks solid for a long time based on the new investment and all manufacturing coming back.
In the
So
United
that's one,
States.
that's one layer.
in the United States,
Not here. This is a dying
right?
hive.
So
that's a thriving
in the
hive.
United States, make
In
it
the
very
States,
clear.
yes, because we're talking about Florida now. You're
Thank
saying,
you.
right?
Yes.
So now we know we're going to have a thriving middle class that's going to create this, great hive effect, right? And now you look at the real estate. We went, and I'll talk to you in numbers, and this is how I look at anything as an investor. If it was in Canada, if it was in Montreal when I was looking, if it was Vancouver, whatever it was, it's like the Calgary, we look at inventory, where it is, where it's at, and how fast it's getting being eaten up. That's the whole point of it. So if you look at months of inventory, which is basically if not one more property gets listed on the market, that's what it would take to sell these properties. So we had 10.7 months of inventory in March. So it would take 10 months without one single listing getting on the market to eat that 10 months. But think about it. People got to sell. So that can go 10, it could go 12, 14. We don't know. But we had the height at 10.7 months in March. And then now, as of yesterday, we're at 4.9 months. We've lost 45% of inventory in less than, is that 6 months? March, April,
Less.
May, June, July, but 5, 6
Five,
months.
6
Well,
months.
maybe longer. 7 months.
7
months, we lost 45% of inventory. Days on market, 78 days to like 40 something days. It's another 55% less days on market. Again, it's a beautiful trend.
Why was Florida all the way up to
Another-
78 days?
Another caveat off of that, though, we looked at it the other day, and we excluding COVID, and obviously COVID was ridiculous. It was an anomaly
Sure.
for supply and demand, let's say. But when you went back to 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, you had just broke that threshold of days, average days on market. So
Yes.
we're under, in Southwest Florida currently right now, they're under their averages from 2016 to 2019, right? So
Did you get that? You understand what he's saying?
Of course, I'm right here, Steve. Don't worry.
we're basically at an all-time low over the last 10 years of
Already.
inventory. And another key factor is builders started to raise their price.
Starting to raise, starting to take incentives away.
So
And rates haven't really changed. They've
But you
just-
said 78 days, right? So first of all, how did Florida get that high anyway?
That's the average. That's just how it operates.
Oh, that was just the average.
But that's just how
it's always
just the way it is.
It's always like that because again, prior to COVID and families that physically moving there for a better life, it was known for a secondary property ownership. People went there; they call it the runaways, like Rocky said. That's what it was. But now it's families moving there and building communities, so it's going to run like a northern market.
And another thing, talking about days on market, like the GTA, like it's not healthy to have 15 days on market to sell because you're always in
not
a
normal.
seller's market.
That's right.
Right? So you got to understand, we're just immune in the GTA to having this ridiculous low days on market.
Doesn't make sense.
Go back to talk to your dad in the 90s, what an average days on market was then, right? When we had a stable economy and things were normal, not this boom bust
Should we
cycle
check?
like crazy. Go, I'm sure
ChatGPT?
days on,
You
I'm
think
sure
it'll have
days
it?
on market definitely over 30 average.
I'm sure of it.
That's
So
so smart.
while Steve is doing that, I have one more question to ask.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Mike, last question of this episode. Lifestyle-driven buyers in Florida versus affordability-driven buyers in Vaughan or in the GTA. So do you think people now are being driven by lifestyle ideas or affordability ideas?
So in Vaughan,
That's a hard question.
okay,
I think that's
no,
a
no, I
very
can sum it up. It's not that hard. So let's put it this way. Average price in the GTA is about $1.1 million, okay?
okay. Holy shit. Okay.
Okay, so if you make average income, let's say, is about $100,000.
Sure.
Okay,
That's
per
fair.
person. Okay, so that's 11 times. We're talking 11 to 12 times your average income
Right.
to purchase a home. So what is that? It works out like if you break down your monthly payment, you're paying like 50 to 60% of your paycheck
At least.
towards your affordability for housing.
That's right.
Okay. So now when you switch that into, let's say, a market like Florida, well, average home is, what's an average home? 450, 400
in
Southwest Florida?
so they're different because every different like area.
General, Steve.
So if you look at for a sterile, it's probably about 550 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
550. And a sterile is considered
Upper
an
scale, yeah.
a higher end.
Like a Nobleton.
a Nobleton.
Yeah.
Okay. So you imagine going to Nobleton and your house is
Nobleton's 1.8.
The average house in Nobleton's over 2 million for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, but let's say now you're going to a neighborhood like Nobleton, you make $100,000. Okay, so you're making $100,000. You won't qualify for the mortgage, but let's say you do. Let's say the average price is 2 million. That's 20 times your income, right? If you go to a place like Southwest Florida and the average price is 550,000, but you're getting the quality of life of Nobleton, really it's better. You're literally 5.5 times your income. So only like 25-30% of your income is going towards
Here's
carrying
the
your mortgage.
here's the
And
problem.
there's other
though.
options. You go a little bit into Fort Myers, it's 300 grand for
Exactly.
a big
So
house.
3.5 times your income.
Can I be the devil's
sorry,
advocate?
I'm not done. This all leads back to
Don't let him rush you.
no. This all leads back to your question of quality of life. Well, at the end of the month, if I'm paying 25 to 30% to my housing cost, or I'm paying 50 to 60% in my housing cost,
Sure.
where do you think I'm going to have more disposable income?
Of course.
So with that extra disposable income, where am I going to have a better quality of life?
So can I be the devil's advocate now?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
That's your
And
job.
here's where I'm gonna fight. No, here's where I'm gonna fight this back. Okay. The average income, or at least with a decent paying job here, is $100,000 a year. You said that.
Yeah.
That's good. It's a good pay. It's a good pay.
But $100,000 here gets you nothing because we're just talking about housing,
Right.
not affordability. He went
For
to go buy
sure.
steaks. It was $50 a steak.
And I believe you. Now in Florida,
The event that I invited you didn't show up to. That's where we bought those $50.
yeah, the one that you said it was on a Tuesday, and everybody
Just
has
to
acceptable
just to
timing on a Tuesday.
remind you.
Hey, let me ask you something. What's the average salary in Florida that is equivalent? Like, what's the average salary?
Our income per capita in Estero is 100,000 income per capita. Naples is like 140, and then Fort Myers probably like 80, something like that.
Okay, so in
So
then
it was very relevant, the numbers we just used.
So
The 100,000's
no,
average income.
no, because he's saying within the area. Within the area, would you say?
Estero.
Estero. So then you have to look at Nobleton, and you said $100,000. That's what people are earning there.
No, there were
People are not earning $100,000 in Nobleton. There's zero chance you won't qualify for the mortgage.
It's like 300K there when I was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I see.
We weren't even comparing apples to apples. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. So they have to
The
earn
person
way
that
more
makes
than-
$100,000 living, if you're lucky, in Woodbridge in Sonoma Heights,
Okay.
if you're lucky,
Okay. Now that makes
and that's
sense.
two people making 100,000.
Holy. See,
A teacher makes 120,000 today. Okay, full-fledged teacher.
Okay.
I can tell you a tradesperson, and just talking like generally, makes between 85 and let's say 110.
that's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
So there's no comparison on the chart for quality of life to what you're getting.
And then also there's
Yeah.
no crime there,
Where?
and where we are. So you're getting.
No, that's not true. Oh, so wait. No, you can't say that.
Come on, buddy.
Okay, okay.
I don't-
Estero with Nobleton.
comparing-
What crime is in Nobleton?
What?
Oh, you've been under a rock, buddy.
Where is this guy?
Don't bring that conversation.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's he
don't bring-
been?
In Nobleton?
I even know.
Dude, Nobleton is under fire. What do you mean?
People are
Dude, I
getting
live in
robbed.
Brampton. Brampton's under fire.
On top of Nobleton.
Really?
Dude, you can't sell a house in Nobleton because everyone's scared. Go ask how many people in Nobleton just bought guns.
Really?
Yeah. I talked to one guy. He's like, "Bro, I got a gun." I'm like, "Yeah, I got 5."
Here we
But
go.
it
Whose
was,
gun is
for him,
bigger?
it was like
The guy in Nobleton needs the gun. Steve has it.
Just
for
because.
hobby, and but it's so.
No, Steve, don't.
But so he was like, "Bro, I got a gun." Like it was almost like he was carrying a bag of like contraband. It was like, "I got a gun."
But see now, wait.
Because he's forced to get that. So in his mind, what I saw psychologically was, I'm forced to do this. I don't want to have this in my
Yeah,
house.
yeah, of
I'm not
course.
one for this. I can't. In his mind, it's like, I can't believe
That I'm at this
I have
position.
to have a gun. This is a presentation. He's like, I got a gun. I'm like,
You said
"Oh,
that
I
in your
get it."
presentation?
What's that?
You said that in your presentation?
No, he's saying during our presentations. That's
He was
what the
like
guy
whispering in my
saying.
ear.
Ah, really?
And we would know him too. People know, but it was like this. What it was. That's what it was. And it's even surprising that gentleman showed up because, it was this whole thing. But anyway, interesting. Very
It's
interesting.
very interesting. So this basically summarized one thing for me.
I can't get days on market. This thing's useless. Canadian.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number one. Steve can't get what we need him to get. That's the first thing.
No,
Second-
it's because our laws just private here.
Private. They like to
And the second
Say
thing
it's
is,
a normal
if we
market,
wanted to buy contraband, Mike, where can we find you?
Contraband? Trying to get me arrested.
Where can we get your information,
What's
Mike?
your address?
Tell me,
If you want to get a hold of me, you can reach me at Mike Gatti Realtor on Instagram.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve Zalunardo at Steven Zalunardo, and Trudy's a realtor.
Why are
And
you so
follow the
pissed off
YouTube
when I
channel.
ask you?
I mean, people want, if they're watching, they're watching.
I want it. I need you to say it. I could do it easily,
See,
but I don't want to.
Because you don't want to do the editing.
I don't want Steve to think he's gonna get that free ride. When he comes to Canada, he has to earn it.
oh my god.
Until next time, boys.
All right.
Okay, see you later.
I'd
Ciao.
like to know when we're does she need me? Can she breathe?